everyone, I'm Lee Hogan and welcome to a brand new season of MXTV. I'm joined once again by Brendan Bell. Welcome, Belly.
Thanks, Lee, mate. It is awesome to be back for another series. Great to be here with you and all the loyal viewers out there. And a big welcome to all the new viewers out there as well, Lee. I tell you what, it's getting bigger and bigger every year and we love it. Now, what's happening this year, mate? We've got a massive year ahead, haven't we?
We sure do have a massive year, and have we got some big names to interview for you viewers. Belly did another trip to the USA and of course got to catch up with some of the best in the business with riders like Marvin Muscan, Eli Tomac and Ken Roxon, just to name a few. We've reviewed all the leading bikes and all the latest products are covered. This year we've introduced MXTV Quick Tips, also known as hacks. There's action from some of the world's leading motocross events like the World Junior Motocross Championships held here in Horsham and a round of the AMA Outdoor Motocross Championships. And Belly, we've got so much in store for the viewers in 2018.
I know, Hogs, it's going to be a cracker of a season, mate. I'm so excited. I can't wait. So what's up first, buddy?
All right, well, let's get into it. First up, we take a look at Fox headquarters in California, USA.
Hello everyone. Well, have a guess where I am. I'll give you a bit of a hint. They do it bigger and better in America. I'm at the Fox headquarters in Irvine, California. Now let's go in, talk to some of the key staff behind this iconic motocross brand. Come on, let's go and have a look. It should be good.
So since you're in all the way from Australia, we'd like to really show you the Fox Global headquarters. So first things first stop is our retail store. So we've got a retail store that everyone can come in, shop, maybe pick you guys up some gear before you head back, and then we'll take you through Main Street and over to our product development process and show you a little bit about the behind the scenes that happen here at Fox.
Mate, it's very dangerous. Don't take me to any retail stores and tell me I can get gear. That is bad. But this is great for the Aussie fans out there. If you come out and see a Supercross or motocross, they can stop by, see how cool Fox is, and then go and buy some gear as well. That's a cool thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, let's go inside. I'm pumped to get in there, eh? It's going to be awesome.
Cool, let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
Jace, what's with the zebra patterns going on?
Oh, the zebra. So this is a direct nod to a lot of our heritage here at Fox. In fact, this is a direct pull from some of the really early legacy stuff that Pete Fox was behind when he really kind of started taking over the design helm. Yeah. So Pete's made a big point of every building that we've been in. Yep. He's put this ode back to the zebra heritage legacy that we kind of have from the Fox brand. It's a really kind of iconic staple design that we've used over the years. So we've got this big aisle down the middle of the building that we call Main Street. So basically this is kind of the main lifeline of the building. So on one side we've got sales, marketing, and a lot of operations. On the other side we have design and development. These here are actually mock-up display showrooms that we have. So we have three main categories for Fox. We've got a mountain bike category, a lifestyle category, and of course MX, our biggest category. And so what happens is we bring a lot of people from the globe into the building, and we have a lot of sales meetings and marketing meetings. And when we bring people in, we can actually stage these rooms out as mock retail environments.
And look at this next up is you've got a whole range of bikes here, which is so cool.
Yeah, it's probably one of the coolest things about the building is just the heritage that we have. Over the years, the Fox family has collected some kind of iconic race bikes and also just bikes from athletes who've been a huge part of the brand.
Great concept you guys are keeping the bikes, but now, mate, look at this, the lab. What goes on here?
Yeah, so the lab is a new initiative that we kicked off in early 2017. But what it basically is it's a design and development hub. It's our Skunk Works area where we pull in and we look to the future and we say, hey, where are we at today in terms of our product development, and where do we want to be 10 years from now, and how do we start bringing those advancements in today? So this really is it's our special projects area.
This is where all the new projects like the Vogue goggle, your new boots that are coming out, those sorts of, everything's developed in there.
That's right.
So this is where we're going now, yeah?
No, I think you need to have that special badge, man.
This is awesome. Look at the murals, you've got bikes here. This really is a kitchen I'd like to eat at.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a great service that we have. So we've got a whole kitchen, full coffee bar. We've got a snack bar on the other side. We've got a pinball machine, a ping pong table. So this is kind of where we come, get away from the desks.
This looks like a really cool part of town, Jace.
Absolutely. This is kind of where all the magic happens. This is the hub of our design and development area. So this is where we make all of the new products, soft goods, hard goods.
The technical design team actually helps us create samples in-house.
Yep.
and it helps design then be able to choose where we want more mobility, which is stretch right here, where you can see in the dark spots, in the back, and then at the knee, just where you need it for rider movement on bike.
Mate, this is awesome. You look after all of the riders, don't you?
Yeah, so everyone from that we have at Fox, from the Shift guys, the Fox guys, to sometimes our European riders over to the mountain bike side.
Yeah.
Pretty much any athlete that the brand sponsors comes through here at some point.
What are we working on in the future, buddy?
Pushing hard on hard goods, meaning boots, helmets, goggles. We're really trying to push the limits on really everything we touch.
With R&D, so does that just come from your top riders, or where else do you get that from?
It comes from everybody. It comes from everybody down to entry-level riders, you know, fast amateurs, you know, pros, vets.
Yeah.
Anybody who's got input, we kind of try to cater to it.
Well, how cool is this? They've got their own pit bike track right here in the backyard of their work. Who doesn't want one of these at work? It's been an awesome day. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. I'm gonna go and see if I can score myself a ride on one of these. This is great fun. Now let's take a closer look at Kawasaki's all-new KX450 with Jeremy McGrath.
The all-new 2019 KX450 motorcycle was designed with one thing in mind: to put riders on top of the podium. To win the race, you need quicker lap times, and the KX450 was designed to be lightweight, helping to improve handling and reduce fatigue, which can shave time. With more torque and power across the entire rev range, the new KX450 engine is built to shave seconds off of lap times by delivering quicker acceleration and broad usable power. This increased power and torque really proves itself in soft conditions and while exiting turns to help carry your speed onto the straightaways.
Now here's something to think about next time you're choosing a premix for your two-stroke. It's the Modal 800 2T. It's a 100% synthetic lubricant based on double ester technology. Now what does that mean? Well, it's specially designed for all dirt bike racing premixed two-stroke engines that operate at high revs and under high load. It's got very high lubricating properties which decrease friction, wear and prevents piston rings and exhaust power valves from sticking. And the great thing about it is it's red in colour, so it's easy to tell if you've mixed it in with your fuel. You can find the Modal 800 T2 at your local dealership. In today's product review, we're going to have a look at Thor's top of the range Prime Pro gear. Now this gear is built to be more athletic and lightweight. They've built this for the serious motocross rider, but you don't have to be a serious motocross rider. If you're a bush rider and you do a bit of riding in the summertime, this will keep you nice and light, and also it's got a lot of air movement through it as well. It's got a lot of mesh through it. The gloves have got a lot of mesh, so it'll keep you nice and cool. The thing about this gear is you don't have to be the typical motocross athlete that's ripped to bits. Look, it fits me quite well. I'm, you know, a larger sort of person, especially in the girth here, but it does fit well and it stretches all over the place. That's why it's not really, you know, built for just one typical rider. It's built for all sorts of riders. It's just a lot more comfortable when you're on the bike. And you do notice a weight difference in these pants. They're very light. The top's nice and light, gets lots of airflow through it. It's got meshing in the back, so it flows through the body as well. So my thoughts on the Prime Pro gear: it's light, it's minimal, and very comfortable on the bike. You can't ask more than that from riding gear.
Is your family like my family? Upset, sad, disappointed? We can fix that, and just in time for Christmas too. Turn that frown upside down with some MXTV merchandise. Get Dad a stubby holder, and there's an MXTV shirt for all the family. And hold it on.
With us now is one of the hottest young properties in the paddock, Justin Cooper. Justin, welcome to MXTV, buddy. Mate, great ride today. You really are starting to hit your straps now. What do you think it is that's really giving you that extra speed?
A lot of preseason prep, a lot of work with the team. We're building every weekend and the progress is great.
Yeah.
It's just been getting better every weekend, stronger second motos, more fitness. Everything's coming together nicely.
To get to where you are today, mate, starting out in minis to here, tell us about the progress and how it happened.
Not the greatest mini career, to be honest. Barely made Loretta's back like 5 years ago in the 85 class. I think I got like 30th. Just things started clicking once I got into the bigger bikes. 125, I got third at Loretta's.
Yeah.
Then I won a couple titles in the B classes, or college boy.
Yeah.
Then got hurt the next year, and then just really had a breakout season after I got hurt at Loretta's in 2016. From then on, I had pretty much won everything. I won Minias, then I won all those spring nationals in the A class, and then I went to Loretta's and dominated both classes, and now here we are.
So
pro.
what did you do the year prior to that? You must have been doing a lot of riding or a lot of gym work. There must have been something to give you that click, because it's great to hear out there that you don't have to be an 8-year-old phenom to be able to be a pro rider. You can do it later on.
Yeah, just everything started clicking at the right time for me. I mean, you got to make it happen. If that's the mindset I had to make it happen. I had to be the top guy to get a good ride and be successful in this sport. So, yeah, everything. I still have the same mindset. Still trying to get up to the front, and that's what we're doing. 2 podiums in a row now. We were only 4 races in, so we got another 8 races in the season. Yeah. So really pumped on the start of the season, and yeah, and I haven't even been a pro for a year, so just still learning.
And what about our good mate Will Harden, now the team manager? How do you get along with him?
Well, this is a funny story. I live with Will Harden.
Oh, really?
I'm in his house, so I think that's part of my success, honestly. Live with him, he keeps me on the right track. Yeah. I can obviously get a lot of help from him. He helps me day in, day out, on and off the track. Just a great guy all around to be around.
And he can still twist the throttle, can't he?
Oh yeah, he was out there in the 125 race, giving 100% for the team.
I know. Does he ride the 250s with you guys? Does he go for a practice ride with you?
He'll help us test the bikes and figure things out. He's still got it, so always fun to ride with that guy.
Been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Now let's have a closer look at the Thor Prime Pro gear. It has an athletic cut for a performance-orientated fit and feel. It's extremely lightweight to reduce hindrance and fatigue. The material promotes flexibility and durability, and it's the only pant on the market with an inner compression short. It really is Prime Pro for the pro rider. Now let's take a closer look at Suzuki's RMZ 450. Today's MXTV quick tip, the first one of the series, brought to you by King Chrome, we're going to have a look at cleaning goggles. Now, it's really important to clean your goggles. The big thing is once you sweat, it really does deteriorate the foam. So to keep the longevity of your goggles, keep them clean. And a great way of doing that, and I know this is going to sound a little bit odd, but do what I did. Tell your wife to go into a lingerie shop and to get a delicates bag. I think it's about $10 or $15 from the lingerie shop, or you can go to the $2 shop and buy a washing bag from there as well. I don't think the quality is as good. They may not last as long. All you got to do is get your goggles. I take out the lens, put them in the bag, zip it up, chuck it in the washing machine. It doesn't get roughed around and you know, beaten up in the washing machine. It comes out brand new, nice and clean, smelling fresh, ready for your next ride. Now, I've been using this method of cleaning my goggles for quite some time now, and it really is a lot easier than what I was doing before. It brings the goggles up nice and clean. You just wash them, let them out to dry for the day, and you're good to go. Keeps your goggles going for a lot longer, saves you money.
Welcome back to MXTV, thanks to our brand new major sponsor, Pod MX knee braces. Well, next up, we've got our first bike review for the season, and of course we're going to check out the Suzuki RMZ 450. Let's take a look. at Park 4MX testing the 2019 model Suzuki RMZ 450, a bike that's relatively unchanged for this year, brought forward from the 2018 model, which was completely revamped from top to bottom. What we are seeing for 2019 is revised suspension settings and some bold new graphics. So, as we know, the big overdue birthday for the Suzuki was at the very start of 2018, and a lot of very cool upgrades this machine saw. We'll start with, at the front of the bike, completely scrapped the air forks, and we've gone with the 49mm Showa spring cartridge fork. I have to say though, suspension is very particular with your own valving that gets put into the bike, and what Suzuki have done for 2019, it seems to handle a lot better. It's a little bit plusher because last year's 2018 model, it was a little bit on the harsh side up front, and it didn't matter what you did with the clickers, you couldn't get it to work nice and plush. The motor on the Suzuki 450 for 2019, identical to last year's bike, and it's nice and smooth, nice and torquey. It's almost like a tractor where you can pull a taller gear, roll it on, and it's going to do whatever you want out on the track. Everything is nice, it works together, and it's a lot of fun to ride out there on the track. The bike does come stock with two different couplings that you can choose from to alter it from the stock setting. You can either go for a leaner setting or a richer setting, and what they put into the bike for me today was a richer setting, the richest of all of them for me to try out here. It was a little bit too rich, I must say. Got them to whack that stock one back in again, and it fixed it right up, cleaned it up off the bottom, made it a lot nicer, and it brought back that smooth power characteristic that everyone knows with the Suzuki. Now just quickly to touch on the rear suspension on this bike, and Suzuki have got something all new from last year that no one else is using. There's a balance-free resistance chamber. Now, how this works, it separates the compression from the rebound internally so they don't have an effect on each other. Now, none of the other production shocks out of any of the other manufacturers are using this. Now, Suzuki have made some big internal changes to the rear shock. It's still got that same system, however, they've manipulated the internal valving, they've mucked around with a few bits and pieces, and I must say, straight off the bat, it is working a lot better than last year's setup. Okay, now what would I change if this bike was in my garage and it was my bike of choice throughout the year? Now, first of all, I'd start with a little bit of a valving spec on the forks and the shock just to set it up individually for my riding style and my body weight, just so that it's nice and plush but it handles those big hits. Next, I'd try to revamp that motor and just bring it to life just a tad. It's an exceptionally smooth and tractable motor, and it's something that most riders will be able to hop on and ride no problem whatsoever straight away. But for me, I want to bring it to life a little bit, liven it up right off the bottom and give it a little bit more mid-range punch. And there's a number of ways you can do that. I'd also highly likely go up one tooth on that back sprocket, but by giving it a little bit more mid-range punch, we don't really care too much about top-end over-rev on a 450 because if you're riding these things properly, it shouldn't really see up that high too often. So just a little bit extra mid-range punch and this thing's going to be flying around the track. Chassis works nice, it does everything, it looks cool, I'm sure you all agree, no doubt. Other than that, not really too much to do. Unlike most manufacturers, they come out with pretty damn decent stock grips on the machine. The levers feel nice, the brakes work well, the clutch action works well. Just a couple of things I've mentioned. It's what I'd do if this was my machine. Well, that's a wrap here at Park 4MX. I've had an absolute ball testing the 2019 Suzuki RMZ 450. Just as a special offer, the 2019 model is going to be released with a special limited edition Yoshimura exhaust system, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. Thanks for joining us.
Well, Hags, it looks like the RMZ 450 for 2019 hasn't changed a great deal, but the changes are good.
Yeah, that's correct. Suzuki have made some internal changes with the valving, both up front with the forks and the shock, and noticeably better for sure.
Good thing for Suzuki. Well, we've almost come to the end of the show, mate. 10 more weeks, you and I'm so excited. 10 more weeks to go, it's gonna be awesome.
It sure will. Now, Belly, we know you get very excited about these episodes.
I do.
If you're like Belly and you get excited about these MXTV episodes and you miss this one, all you have to do is download the 7 Plus app. All you do is type it in, under search, type in MXTV, and you'll find it straight away. It's as simple as that. All right, guys, well, that's all we've got time for in our first episode for season 2018. We've had an absolute ball. Make sure, though, until next week,
First one.
that you hold it on.
Whoa.